Fund, wakisema itakuwa na tofauti gani Hustler Fund kuwekwa tena, ilhali tayari vipo vitita ambavyo vinanuia kuimarisha maisha ya imani Mkenya, mwanamke, kijana ama walemavu. Vile vile Chelugui akijitetea akisema kwamba vitita hivi vya fedha ambavyo vimetengwa kwa muda wa miaka kadhaa bado havijaweza kuwafikia ile lengo lake la kupunguza umaskini. Kwa hivyo anasema bilioni 50 zitakuwa zinatengwa kila mwaka kuhakikisha kwamba 50% ya Wakenya, wengi wao wakiwa ni wafanyabiashara wadogo na wale wa kadri, waweze kufaidika zaidi. Na pia la muhimu ni kwamba wataweza kuweka akiba ya sasa na akiba ya pesa za uzeeni maarufu pension fund, ambapo sio kwamba tu ni loan ambayo imepeanwa kwa hawa vijana ama wafanyabiashara, bali ni kwamba kutakuwa na riba, lakini riba yake ni ndogo tu, na ni riba ambayo itakuwa inakwenda kwa kuweka akiba zake mwenyewe huyu mfanyabiashara, akisema katika shilingi 1000 basi kutakuwa na shilingi 50 inayokatwa maksusi tu kwenda kujaza ile nafasi ya kuweka ile akiba. Anayekuja baada ya mapumziko haya atakuwa ni aliyekuwa gavana wa kaunti ya Kwale Salim Mkala Mvurya, ambaye atakuwa anajieleza ufafu wake katika wizara ya uchimbaji madini na uchumi samawati. Mtazamaji, na kurudisha studioni kwa matangazo tu mafupi, lakini muda si muda kama tutakuwa inakaa tena na kumpiga msasa Salim Mkala Mvurya.
Well, those live pictures are from County Hall, where the vetting of the 22 cabinet secretary nominees.
Swala haswa ambao tunataka chair, you can say it again. The issue of cooperative has been a nightmare. We have people who invested in big banks now, posting profits 35 billion, 40 billion a year, but no single cooperator gets a single dividend. This has been taken over by cooperative leaders. And to arrest that situation, to restore back the investment and the sweat of the investors, we, as I've told you, we have the ethics unit within the cooperatives working together with the ethics and anti-corruption, signing an MOU with ethics and anti-corruption to bring back sanity. People must repay, we must recover asset recovery authority working with us will be able to restore sanity in the cooperative sector. We look forward to those days when the days of Alfred Briggen, when people closed shops, and he so we will need to create another
give you your 10 minutes. If you take less, the better. The journey of your life up to where you are.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chairman and members of this committee. I want to restate my names. Salim Mvurya Mgala Mvurya. I was born in a small village in Kwale County called Kazandani. I went to school at Mvurya Primary School, and I finished KCP exam. Then I was admitted at Mpeketoni Secondary School in Lamu County, where
the chair of the committee is the speaker. You are truly here. I'll ask the deputy speaker and members to introduce themselves.
I'm Gladys Boss, member for Uasin Gishu County and deputy speaker of the National Assembly. Karibu.
Thank you. MP Kikuyu.
Yeah, my name is Opio Wandai, MP Ugunja.
Junet Mohammed, MP Suna East.
My name is Owen Baya, MP Kilifi North.
Yeah, I'm Robert Mbui, MP for Kadiani.
My name is Rehab Mukami, County MP Nyeri.
I'm Ferdinand Kevin Wanyonyi, Member of Parliament Kwanza, Trans Nzoia County.
My name is George Gitonga Murugara, MP Tharaka, Tharaka Nithi County.
And mine is David Kosing, MP Pokot South, West Pokot County.
I'm Abdul Rahim Daoud, MP for North Imenti, Meru County.
Honorable Mishi Juma Mboko, MP Likoni constituency, your immediate neighbor.
Thank you. Caleb Amisi, MP Sabot.
Abdishurie Balambala, Garissa County.
Emase Mary, Teso South.
Gikaria David, Nakuru Town East.
Naisula Lesuda, MP Samburu West.
We also have our clerk to the National Assembly and her staff. You'll introduce yourselves.
Thank you, Chairman. My name is Sarah Kyoko. I'm the acting clerk of the National Assembly, and I have with me the Director, Audit, Appropriation, and other select committees, Ms. Florence Abonyo, and the Deputy Director, Legal Services, Mr. Michael Karuru, together with a raft of other staff assisting this committee. Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you. Bwana Mvurya, we need you to deal with some preliminaries in terms of documentation. Do you have your tax compliance certificate?
Yes, I have.
Your Higher Education Loans Board?
Yes, I have.
Clearance with the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission?
Yes, I have.
Your certificate of good conduct from the DCI?
Yes, I have.
Have you ever been charged in a court of law and convicted of a criminal offense?
No.
Are you a dual citizen of Kenya and any other sovereign?
No.
You have your national identity card, the original?
Yes.
You'll pass on to the clerk's team together with the original documents for them to compare with what you already forwarded to us. What is your financial net worth?
My financial net worth, Mr. Chairman, is 120 million in land, houses, bank account. Yeah.
Houses? Bank account?
Bank account, yeah.
No vehicles?
Yeah, vehicles, sorry. Vehicles yes. Also. Yeah, 120 million.
120 million. Give you your 10 minutes. If you take less, the better. The journey of your life up to where you are.
Mm-hmm. Thank you very much, Honorable Chairman and members of this committee. I want to restate my names. Salim Mvurya, Mgala Mvurya. I was born in a small village in Kwale County called Kazandani. I went to school at Mavrivirini Primary School and I finished KCP exam. Then I was admitted at Mpeketoni Secondary School in Lamu County where I did my KCSE and I qualified to join Egerton University where I graduated with a degree in agribusiness management. And thereafter I worked for some time. Then I got a scholarship with the Ford Foundation in their international fellowship program. And I went to do my master's at the University of Sussex Institute of Development Studies in Brighton, England, UK. I started working as a contractual employee in 1995 at Rea Vipingo Plantations, where I was a field monitoring officer. Thereafter, I joined Tegemeo Institute of Development Policy and Agriculture, where I worked as a research assistant for about 1 year. And in this particular research project, we were able to move around 11 districts of our country. We were actually working under a project that is called the Agricultural Investment Program. Then after that, I was employed at Kwale Rural Support Program as a field officer. This is an Aga Khan Foundation project. And I worked for about 2 years. Then I was employed by Plan International in 2000 as a program officer. And within 1.5 years, I got a promotion to be a program unit manager. I also worked in the same organization as area manager, and also became acting country director at some point for 2 months. And within this experience as an employee of all these organizations, I was able to acquire a lot of experience in development planning and implementation. And therefore, in 2012, I decided to contest for the position of governor, where I served for 2 terms from 2013 to 2022. Within all these positions, Honorable Chairman and members, I was able to design and implement transformative programs in the areas that I worked. And one of the things that I have left as a legacy in Kwale County is the social development programs, economic programs, and also political transformation. In the area of socio-economic development, we were able to begin a very exciting program of education we call Elimu ni Sasa, where we were giving scholarships to students, and as I was handing over, we had over 4,035 who are at the universities and 7,885 in the national school program, where we were paying for their fees in the 4 years of their schooling. In terms of economic transformation, as I left office, I left Kwale ready for economic takeoff. And also in terms of political transformation, I think we've been able to have a situation in the county where accountability and governance is one of the things that citizens look at in everything that is done. And I think we also made history to have the first female Muslim governor in Kenya through that arrangement. So I think I come here, Mr. Chairman and all members, to discuss with you this new responsibility of mining, blue economy, and maritime affairs. If you look at my journey, in all the areas that I have been in positions of leadership. In secondary school, I was a head boy and school captain. At the university, I was chairman of agribusiness, and also I have served in other capacities. I've been the chairman, Jumuiya Counties of Pwani, a regional economic bloc, where we were able to develop a blueprint which was focusing on some of the resources that will be discussed today on blue economy. So I think I present myself to this committee and Kenyans being very sure that I have the competencies and the requisite experience to serve as the CS Mining, Blue Economy and Maritime Affairs. So, Mr. Chairman, I'm looking forward to a very exciting discussion, because I think mining, blue economy and maritime affairs is fairly a new ministry. But I think through the discussion here, through the collaboration with the National Assembly and all other stakeholders, we should be able to have a situation where we begin to rediscover the road to prosperity through this particular ministry. Thank you, Honorable Chairman.
Thank you, Salim. Thank you for those introductory story about your life. I'll now open the floor to members to engage you in the manner that I had said. Our time is 90 minutes, including the time already consumed. Let's try and keep time as much as we can. Deputy Speakers.
Thank you, Honorable Chairperson. Honorable Mvurya, congratulations on your nomination as the Cabinet Secretary for Mining, Blue Economy and Maritime Affairs. I just have one question for you. There's been allegations of corruption in relation to issuing of mining licenses and other permits in the mining sector under the Mining Act. where the Cabinet Secretary retains the power to issue those licenses. What will you do to root out the alleged corruption in that particular area? And also, we know you are governor of Kwale. We know that in May 2022, we had residents who had been relocated out of the area where the titanium mining is happening, and they actually had a demonstration because they said they had not received their royalties in relation to the mines. Despite the fact that government is receiving almost 6 billion out of the mines, but the residents have not been compensated. You can enlighten us how you're going to cure that. Thank you.
Kimani Ichung'wah.
Thank you, Chair. Governor Mvurya, I would want to hear what you intend to do to stop the prevalent fishing or exploitation of our marine resources in our high seas by foreigners, especially what we hear huge Chinese vessels that come fish and process our fish in our high seas. What you intend to do about that? Two, Governor Mvurya, you have indicated in your statement of net worth on item number 24 that you are worth on net basis about 120 million. And I'm sure you did disclose how much you are worth by the time you are becoming governor. Maybe how much was that before being governor in 2013?
In 2012, I think it was less than 10 million.
Less than 10 million. And you've also indicated that your sources of income is your salary as governor of about 1.136 million.
Yes,
in gross terms.
Yes.
So assuming that's in gross terms, if you were to even take a tax of, on average, 35%, in 10 years, then you'd have earned about 88.6 million. Did you have other loans or liabilities by the time you were governor? Did you have access to facilities like mortgage facilities? Have you taken up as governor any mortgage facility or car grants or car loans that you are servicing at the time you are governor? Thank you.
Governor,
you'll take 4, then you answer them together.
Governor, I have had occasion to visit your county in the last parliament when I was chairing the Public Accounts Committee on the matter of royalties which were due from base titanium to the government. A number of issues arose, and even as we speak, some more issues have arisen. Specifically, the controversy surrounding the renewal of a special mining license for base titanium mining company in Kwale County, in total disregard to the concerns raised by the locals in Kwale about the grabbing of community land and expropriation of minerals by the said company, which has happened under your watch. Because you know, as governor, essentially you are the custodian of the community interests. These interests include land and other natural resources. So you are being accused by some people from your county that you had a hand in the renewal of this special mining license to base titanium company. Kindly clarify to us any role that you might have played in this controversial renewal of the mining license to base titanium. Thank you.
Janet.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Chairman and Speaker also. Chair, I would like to ask the nominee, because this ministry that he's been nominated for, Ministry of Blue Economy and Mining, deals majorly with issues from where I come from in Migori, 50 to 60%. Because the blue economy issue is a fishing issue, I want to ask him what he intends to do about fishing in that side of the country, restocking of fish production, What do you intend to do to revamp the fishing industry, which has collapsed in the lake region? What plans do you have? And secondly, the issue of mining. As you are aware, nominee, there is a lot of gold mining in Migori. And there are a lot of unscrupulous business people who have opened mines there, including companies from outside the country, Chinese, who are doing a lot of mining there for the last 5-10 years. So how do you intend to revamp that place so that the mining industry becomes productive for the people of that area, so that they can benefit from the mining instead of people coming there and mine gold, many kilos of gold, and disappear with it without even paying any taxes to the government? There's a lot of contraband mining that is going on there at the moment.
Owen? Just a quick one, Governor. Just one. The fishermen at the coast, especially, they want fishing nets, they want fishing gears, and they want all these inhibiting statutes removed and regulations removed, so that they're able to go to the ocean, to the sea, fish, and make money, especially the hustler fishermen. But there's a lot of inhibition. What are you going to do to ensure that the fisherman at the coast doesn't sleep hungry? Two, the former president launched a 10 billion fund, KMDF, that fund, 10 billion to assist fishermen at the coast. But up to now, I think it's like 3 years, we have not seen any impact. How are you going to salvage this fund so that it gets to the right fishermen, the artisanal fishermen, and all the people in the fishing industry to help the hustlers come out of their poverty? I thank you.
Chairman, I forgot something. I forgot something very small.
Yes.
If you allow me. Yeah, Governor, there are these national fish quality control laboratories that were established in Kisumu, Nairobi, and Mombasa way back in 2017 through support from government of Spain. And they cost about 1 billion Kenya shillings. Up to date, there are staff deployed to these 3 laboratories, around 60 of them in total. But they are idle because there's been no budget allocation, nothing at all is happening in these laboratories. Kindly help us understand what you plan to do with them. Yeah.
Thank you. Owen, switch off your microphone. Salim? Pardon? Salim, you can now answer the phone.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chairman. I begin with a question that has been asked by Honorable Gladys Sholey on issues of licensing and corruption. I think in the ministry, before a license is issued, it's a process where the Mining Rights Board has to do vetting, have to look at all the applications before the CS issues the license. And I think, as you correctly put it, we are also living in a situation where we have people who would wish to benefit in that particular process. And that's why, if this committee is satisfied that I can hold that docket, we will immediately digitize that process so that those who want to apply for licenses do not have to run around looking for people in hotels for breakfast meeting or whatever. They can do it at a click of a button. So I think once this committee is satisfied, one of the very early actions that I will take at the CS is to make sure that we digitize this particular process so that then it becomes easier to control